So I've just got off of a call with a prospect and they wanted a commission only deal. And I find this interesting because commission only doesn't work. Commission only doesn't work for a few reasons. So we're happy to do commission only, but the commission that we take has to be the majority of the revenue that you'd make because we're taking all the risk. We're outlaying all the cost to generate new business to then only walk away with a small pie. It doesn't work for us. So we do commission only in some instances, but we want to take majority of the revenue or the profit. The reason that this doesn't work long term is because there's not enough profitability in the deals for you. You're having to deliver on the services that we're winning the clients for, increasing the costs, and the relationship between us and our client will eventually fade out. That's why we work in a retainer model, so retainer and commission. The retainer is to cover our cost so that we can take a fair piece of the commission when the business is generated. On average, it works out for every extra £1 million we generate you, we'll take anywhere between 100 and 200 grand. So a 1-to-5 ratio. And that all comes down to the complexity of the sales cycles. Why else does a commission only not work if it's not with a growth partner? So commission only for sales reps is very difficult to get a great team. And the reason for this is unless your offer and your sales process is incredibly smooth and optimized, it's hard to attract the sales reps to work in your business commission only. For example, if you were a software business selling a £100 a month subscription and you wanted to have some extra clients, or you're a recruiter, you want to generate extra clients, so you've thought, okay, I'll find a commission only sales rep, I can pay them 20% and they can go out, make a nice chunk of money, and I'll close the deal. It'll be about a £3,000 deal. The sales rep will get about 800 quid, 600 quid. Everyone's happy, right? Unfortunately, unless the sales rep is being provided the leads and they are just closing the business, if they're good, they can get a much better arrangement. The best arrangements out there are the ones for closers. So a good salesperson would be a closer. And a great closer offer would be that they are just showing up to the calls that are already booked into their diary from other sales reps for them just to close the business, and they'll take 10%. So you think, oh, that's lower percentage, less work, so surely a bit more work makes up for the extra 10% that they could get with working with you. Unfortunately not, because on average the deal sizes of these closer jobs, these closer roles that people can go into, is 10 grand. So they're getting £1,000 per deal closed. If their close rate is 50%, and on average they have anywhere between 4 and 6 meetings booked into their diary every day, at a minimum they'll be making £2,000 just for showing up to a call and closing, obviously. But that's why it's hard to attract great commission only salespeople into most businesses, unless you have, like I said, a smooth sales funnel where they're having appointments booked into their diary and all they need to do is close and walk away with 10%. You're not going to get the high quality salespeople. Feel free to comment below if you disagree. Open to hearing thoughts on why why commission only can work for salespeople. And yes, I am talking about smaller percentages here, so under 50%. I know there's some self-employed estate agents, self-employed financial services advisors that will receive a higher percentage, so I'd like to hear your side of things.